After spending the better part of a week consulting with his legal team how to best address the situation, MrBeast finally breaks his silence on the Kris, well, that's Kris with a K or a C or Ava Tyson situation with this kind of limp-wristed statement on Twitter. Over the last few days, I've become aware of the serious allegations of Ava Taylor's behavior online, and I am disgusted and opposed to such unacceptable acts. Well, that's totally fine. Nothing inherently wrong outside of, the naming stuff, but we'll get further into that the longer that we go on. During that time, I have been focused on hiring an independent third party to conduct a thorough investigation to ensure I have all the facts, i.e., we've been talking with lawyers since Monday, and this is how all this stuff ended up shaking out. They said, just go ahead, run an investigation, see what the hell was going on from acts that were happening in years prior that, according to, even the lava guy that was out there, he was meeting with the MrBeast team. So would you really require a third party for this, for something that you would obviously know something about? But anyways, that said, I've seen enough online and taken immediate action to remove Ava from the company, my channel, and any association with MrBeast. I do not condone or support any of the inappropriate actions. I will allow the independent investigators to the necessary time to conduct the comprehensive investigation, and will take any further actions based on their findings. Okay, and that's why this screams I consulted with my legal team, because this is a guy with, yes, the biggest YouTube channel in the history of the world. The first channel to crack 300 million subscribers. You might think that this is just a YouTube drama situation, but this is like a $1 billion business. Like, this dude has candy bars in stores, and at one point in time he was running a somewhat successful competitor to fast food burger joints. Okay, so he's got to do this by the book as best as you possibly can. And I know a lot of people are trying to jump the gun on this one, okay? Oh, he lived with Kris. He should have known all of this stuff. I'm not going to go ahead and run any of this guilt by association. I think that is totally ridiculous. You got to lay the sins at the feet of the sinner. And best friends, people that used to live together, probably know a hell of a lot more about one another than just Joe Blow off the street. But let's also be completely honest, okay? Are you going to hold the parents of Thomas Crooks accountable for his actions on July 13th? No, of course not. Nobody in their right mind would. So without further proof or any kind of evidence, I'm not saying that you should cancel MrBeast or that he should be losing any types of sponsorships, because guess what? Kind of did the right thing on this one. Okay, there's allegations, there's evidence, get your boy out of the frame. But just because I think that he's handling this probably about as well as you could, I don't know what else you guys want. Okay, you want him to completely throw his friend under the bus? I raise loyalty questions in that type of a situation, because has anything really been proven? I mean, there are new allegations out there, and sometimes when there's smoke, there's fire. But if somebody coming out saying that they were 15 years old, which in comparison to the 13 and the 14-year-old, I guess Kris was out there trying to complete and do the speed run of teenagers. I'm just wondering if he's going to be going younger or up to the age of consent. I'm sure we'll find out a whole bunch more information as we continue to go on. But it's also fair to point out that, everybody tried to warn you, Jimmy, okay, when this stuff was kicking up, 18 months ago when Sunny V2 dropped his video on when Kris came out as Ava, and you're out there saying, oh yeah, Kris isn't my nightmare, he's my friend, and you pointing out all of these obvious red flags I should be paying attention to. Why on earth would I be disloyal to my friend? And at that point in time, I would say, more than likely, you probably didn't know what the hell was going on. Okay, I will go ahead and afford you that luxury, because there's no reason to think that Jimmy knew anything further. But, hey, you should also know that, he's starting to do some interesting things. He's kind of going from 0 to 60, right? Like, there was some interesting style choices when it came to growing out some hair, getting some nails done. It's like, Kris, what the hell are you doing, okay? A family and a wife that, you're just going to go ahead and up and leave because you want to wear dresses? All right, that's kind of strange. What exactly is going on here? And I'm sure that there were some conversations that were being had, but then at the same time, yeah, it would always be nice, right? Especially when you're such a public-facing entity with a public-facing brand, with a certain audience demographic that you've dominated and monetized to their fullest extent. It would be nice to have a certain shield that's out there, and yeah, he could even see that right there, because yeah, for as many concerns as people were bringing up, Sunny V2 specifically, yeah, all this transphobia is really starting to piss me off. You could go ahead and run with that, okay? Because you knew if anything was going to end up going sideways, you and your allies would be able to play that card. And then also in that ally group is of course the media, where you have MrBeast addresses Ava Kris Tyson grooming allegation, cuts links. I am disgusted. The YouTuber star said he had taken immediate action to remove Ava from the company, my channel, and any association with MrBeast. Well, yeah, of course, but interesting, right? Don't want to have the Hollywood Reporter point to the obvious characteristic that you're leaving out on that one. You can go ahead and leave that up to Rolling Stone. MrBeast launches independent investigation amid Ava Kris Tyson allegations. Tyson was accused of grooming a minor, just in the byline right there. An alleged victim, now 20 years old, refutes the claims. But the other ones, yeah, we don't really want to talk about that one. And in fact, the Rolling Stone doesn't even really want to talk about the fact that they had a totally different headline back when they first posted that article Wednesday morning, and then MrBeast's statement comes out Wednesday evening. A little interesting on that one, but the original title read, Ava Kris Tyson steps away from all things MrBeast amid transphobic attacks. I'm sorry, what? Transphobic attacks? Nothing transphobic about it. It was somebody simply pointing out that, hey, there's this male to female trans person who, back when they were firmly a man, okay, no questions about it, no dots, no asterisks affixed to that designation. They were doing some crazy stuff. You're the one who wants to drag in the trans community. But there's been a lot of conversation around this stuff, and a lot of people have brought up the point that, was this even more performative than most public transitionings, okay? Is there somebody who is looking to throw up a shield because they've known that they've done some crazy stuff before, okay, given how sudden this change appeared to have been, okay? And as Kangman Lee points out, all according to plan. Kris Tyson identified as trans so he could get away with his dark past. Sadly, it's working. Clear evidence of and messaging multiple minors inappropriately, and that list apparently continues to grow. Nothing concrete yet. We'll have to wait for all the investigations to take place, right? But the media is running cover for him. You don't hate mainstream media enough. Exactly. And where mainstream media will go ahead and take the heaters, because yeah, you have the Rolling Stone article where it's yeah, Kris Tyson steps back, from all things MrBeast amid transphobic attacks. Did they keep that same energy, Dr. Disrespect, when he did something at this point in time that looks a fraction of a fraction compared to what Kris was doing? Dr. Disrespect knowingly sent explicit messages to a minor. Well, that was nothing in the statement, okay? Former Twitch employee says, oh, running with the allegations instead of waiting for Ava to go ahead and come forward with a statement beforehand. And then from here, well, instead of, getting upset, taking these allegations seriously, when people are finally talking about this stuff like Stupid Charlie, Moist Critical Penguin, one of the most fake individuals. I mean, right on that MrBeast, there was some behind the scenes footage, I think, or something like that. I didn't watch that 50 YouTuber video, but there was a clip that was going around just exposing how much of a fake tough guy Charlie is. After all the beef that he had with, what was that, Logan Paul? Okay, he goes up to him and says, well, I'm a big fan of your content. It's like, it's all a work. There's a big reason that he made the jump over to professional wrestling, because he knows how to play kayfabe, bro. But now he, even for his tepid response to what is going on, is getting backlash because, yeah, the whole trans shield, it's working on idiots. Yeah, misgendering Kris Tyson, Kai Cenat for the same thing, okay? Not for, addressing he's weird, bro. It's, yeah, effed up. It's weird how in the age of, how do you know the age of somebody knowing you're a grown-ass man and still move forward? I don't understand it. And yeah, that's probably about as big of an indictment as Kai Cenat can muster, all things considered. But, the misgendering on purpose, that's so gross. She's, PDF, attack that. Yeah, she's a underage enthusiast, and not her identity. What? And then for Charlie, 22 minutes and doesn't once refer to her actual pronouns. That's what you're concerned about. Okay, cool. You guys just went full mask off, even if it wasn't so incredibly obvious. The left really wants to change the age of consent. I think that has been obvious for a while. This right here is just showing you the path that they're going to take. Something else that you notice, or that you would notice in MrBeast's statement, said Ava twice, no pronouns at all whatsoever. He's walking a fine line because he knows all of these creeps that are out there. All of these creeps, they are going to be combing through everything, running defense for you until a point in time they decide that, yeah, we can go ahead and take a look at some of your old clips and leverage you. There's a reason that MrBeast is trying to do this by the book, to the letter of the law, because basically his entire life has been cataloged on the internet. I'd play you this clip right here, but there's some spicy language, the language that I'm not offended by, but YouTube is, because they're the big gay. It makes some funny jokes. They're obviously jokes, but because I would give you the benefit of the doubt, that doesn't mean that everybody else would give you the benefit of the doubt on that. It's just simply a matter of time, because every single time, repeat after me, the left always eats their own. So for the people upset that, oh, you're purposefully misgendering, don't attack an identity, attack the act. Some kind of deformed way of saying, you know, hate the sin and not the sinner. Try to tell me that this LGBT crap isn't a religion. I will go ahead, and people like myself will go ahead and give you the benefit of the doubt to not knowing the ins and outs and the daily daily events of one of your good friends. Okay, these people, when they turn on you, they're not going to be as gracious towards you. So yeah, man, this is going to be far from over. I'll be interested to see if that third-party investigation ends up concluding, if there's anything to conclude upon. I would imagine there's probably people that will continue to come out of the woodwork, because the oldest accusations go back, what, 7+ years at this point in time. You think that Kris was simply honing in on one individual, 2 individuals, now 3 individuals that have come out? Or do you think that there's a deep, dark web of people that are going to be emboldened by this going hot? Who knows, man, but I'll be around to talk about it, because we'll see how many of these bigger reaction channels get scared off by this, because they're just as big of pussies as MrBeast is, and Kris wishes that he has. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.